Now call Deputy Andrew Doyle. 4 minutes.
Thank you, Las Count Corla. I too welcome an opportunity to speak on this bill. With my colleagues to my left, Deputies Buttimer, Doherty and Humphreys, we have been part of the All-Party Committee on Symphysiotomy with our colleagues across the floor of the House here. I'd like to acknowledge the primary role that Deputy O'Phelan has taken in trying to keep this on the agenda and the way that he has worked with all of us to try and come to a resolution that didn't create any difficulties in the political sense for this matter to be resolved. I hope that this, and I welcome the Minister's acknowledgement of the intent of the bill, even if he feels that maybe it won't deliver what it is intended, and that he does, in conjunction with us all, I hope, intend to deliver the objectives of what tonight is about. And what tonight is about to bring in the beginning of the end of the road for these people for justice, for a violation of their person and of their human rights. Because what happened, it's hard to believe, and I know Deputy McClellan has said it's a violation mainly by men or women. So the men of us amongst us have a duty to make sure, and sometimes I'm not too comfortable in talking about these matters, but it is very important that us, the male members of the Houses here, actually take part in this whole process to bring conclusion to it. Because if we don't, we have failed. It's hard to believe that society, and I have a son 21 years of age, born in 1992, of an older fella and younger. But it's hard to believe that even as recent as that, when I thought we were in a modern society, medically and everything else, that best medical practice existed and old archaic methods had been banished. It's hard to believe that we still had a mindset that allowed that to happen in this country. And it's scary to think that as recently as 20 years ago, that still persisted. It says a lot about the relationship that existed between the powers of the hierarchy of the church, the medical profession and the political families in this country, that was tolerated up to so recently. And it smacks of hypocrisy that some people are putting so much pressure on those of us around the House in other matters at the moment, which I feel very strongly about and take great umbrage about when I'm being told that people are worried about my soul in other matters. So I don't have too much more to say, except that we have to deliver justice. We all want to deliver justice here. And I would put my belief in the Minister in his commitment here. In fairness, and we've seen it with other cases, and particularly in the Magdalene people recently, that when we do sit down here and try to work things out collectively, we can do it when we see a grave injustice. And I hope that at the end of this, and before the year end, that we have done that, we have achieved that, because that is no less than what these people here and others deserve. And I'd like to say that I have had no knowledge of symphysiotomy, and I've neighbours and people who live in my constituency who I only now realise, as recently as last week, a man said to me, "That's what," to his son in front of me, "that's what your mother had when you were being born, the eldest." And I was oblivious to it. So I think we all have learnt a lot along this process in the last year and a half or 2 years since the committee was established. So I welcome the fact that the Minister has committed to doing the work. I look forward to seeing this matter concluded by the end of 2013, and due recognition, and if it's compensation, but due recognition to these women and their families. Thank you. Let's go.
I now call on